let's just talk about everything that went down in the premiere. When you first learned of your reaction to Otis's death, like, did you find it out from the script? Did they call you and tell you ahead of time? Like, how did that all go down?
Yuri actually called me. Yeah, Yuri found out from Derek sometime in late May, and then he called me. I was the first person he called after Derek told him, because he kind of explained how it was going to be very Cruz-centric in terms of who the designated mourner of the episode was going to be. And so we talked for it. We talked right after that, and it really kind of threw me back. I literally didn't say anything when he was talking to me on the phone. I was just like, because I didn't know what to say, because it was so hard to kind of wrap my head around the fact that, like, I'm not going to be working with my brother anymore, you know, which was really difficult. But I think once we kind of got a chance to look at the script and see, I feel like what great service they did to the exit of the character. It was. I think it was our best goodbye that we've had, and so, you know, it's an honor to be able to be a part of telling that story.
Well, you and I talked a lot about
We did.
that.
Yes.
and emotional conversation. So what's it been like since that episode aired? What was the response like?
I mean, you know, I think Derek got his wishes. I think he got to fill a couple of buckets full of tears to
Yes.
drink off of. It's been super well received. People have been very, very complimentary, and it's been. I'm just happy that I think the desired effect came through, and so I'm just happy that we were able to, you know, tell a story that moved people.
And not that you ever, like, move on from grieving that death, but, like, in terms of moving forward and Cruz moving forward, how does he take what happened to him and, like, how does that make him grow as, like, a firefighter and a person? Like, how does he, like, move forward from this?
You know, I think, like, anybody dealing with loss, you know, these things happen in waves. So there's moments where you're fine and you're kind of living your life like you would any other day, and then there's moments where, you know, the weight of it all is just too much to bear. And I think you'll see stuff like that unfold for Cruz throughout the year. And then also, you know, there was something of kind of a juvenile-istic, youthful kind of energy between Cruz and Otis. And Cruz no longer really has that outlet. So I think you'll see kind of a more like adult Cruz, somebody who's, you know, a little bit more wary of, you know, his job and what it entails. And I think, you know, you kind of look at this world as a firefighter when you lose someone that means so much to you and that you're so close to, you kind of look at it as, like, you look at the job in a different light. And you're a little bit more conscious of just how difficult and how deadly the stakes can really be. So I think you're a little bit more hyper-focused about how you do the job. And I think you'll see that from him. And then I think you'll also see a commitment from him to kind of hold on to the one relationship he has left with Chloe.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah, and kind of going off of that, I know Kristen's not here all the time, but what's it like working with her when she is in town?
Unreal. She's fantastic. It's so weird, you know, because it's like guest artists can be such a make or break kind of thing. You know, they can either fit in with the cast or they won't. And Kristen is the perfect amount of ridiculous and funny and sweet. And she's the whole package. Like if I weren't married, I would definitely actually hit on her for sure.
And we saw her in this last episode that
Yeah.
aired. She's very concerned for Joe. Can you talk a little bit about what that's going to be like moving forward?
Yeah, you know, I think in a lot of ways you're going to see how the fact that Chloe is really realizing that she's dating a firefighter is really going to come to a head. And you're really going to see, like, whether or not she feels comfortable with that idea, if it's something that she can see herself really going long term with. And so that's going to play itself out in a lot of different ways throughout the year. And we're going to get to kind of explore what it means for her to be dealing with being with a first responder and what it means for Cruz to be able to try and balance that relationship with her.
So the crossover coming up.
Yeah.
I know that it's been a very different shooting sequence than it has been for past crossovers with like the weekends and the fact that one shot, then the next. Just talk a little bit about like what it's been shooting this one and compared to the others.
You know, I think they thought that this was going to be easier in terms of filming the crossover because it would mean that there would be more availability between the actors, and this particular crossover has more actors crossing over than ever before. I think you won't be able to tell which show you're watching throughout the 3 hours because there will be just so many people from all of the different shows together. But yeah, I think they thought that having us film out of order was going to be better. This is the first time that it's all been written by one person, so it really does feel kind of like a movie. And I think, you know, movies take months to film, and they're like, we're trying to do it in like 3 weeks. So it's like, I just think there's just no way around it. There's so many moving pieces. How we do it at all is a shock to me, and it's really a testament to the crew. Like the production staff is amazing, and how they managed to pull it off without, well, some of them have definitely lost some hair. But yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what they do. I just show up, I say the lines, but those people are the ones doing all the hard work.
I think it comes as a shock to a lot of people still that things are shot out of order. We tell that to audience members.
Yeah.
So how is it? Is it fulfilling when you see it as a complete product?
100%. You know, a lot of the times, you know, you're focused so much on like learning your piece and getting your stuff done, and we haven't had the luxury of like sitting down for a table read for like 4 seasons. So, you know, when we're reading the scripts, it's like off by ourselves in our houses. And so, like, you read the script, you go through it once, and then you kind of got to go into it and start to work on your own stuff. So it's kind of great because you sort of forget what everybody else is doing, and so you get to watch all of that unfold for the first time. And it's a lot of fun. Like, I enjoy watching our shows. I enjoy watching my fellow actors. So it's like it's always a blast. My favorite is actually watching the other two because I absolutely have no idea what's happening on those shows. Like, they don't give me those scripts, so it's like watching those two is like, oh man, oh wow, what's this? And it's just how, you know, we're on what I think like our 160th episode right now. And how these guys come up with new stuff to tell, I don't know. You know, like, it's like their job is one I would not want. I don't envy Derek in any way.
What was it like tackling, you know, like such a hard topic of biological?
Yeah. You know, I think what's interesting about that is not very different. I think that first responders do what first responders do. You know, they get to a place, they see a problem, they assess it, and then they figure out the best way to deal with it. And I think that's what you're going to see from everybody. You know, like, it's just like, and it's an all call to kind of come in and save the city. You know, and when first responders get into that mode, all they know is just help and keep moving and keep working. And so that's what you see. You'll see a ton of determination from 30 actors trying to save a city.
If you had to tease it in 5 words, how would you tease the crossover?
Grotesque, fast-paced, death-defying, electric. They don't make sense together,
make sense after
but they're
we watch
5
it.
words. So there you go. But yeah, grotesque is definitely the first one. The stuff that our effects team has done on this is so nasty, in like the best way.
What's been some of the most fun things that you've done this season so far? Like, specifically, if there's any fun
We got to do some fun stuff with the Slamigan convention that'll be coming up in like 7 or 8, which was a real blast, and we got to visit a couple of other people. Quite frankly, the thing that I'm most taken by so far this season is Collins. I think that guy is hysterical, and I really hope we have an opportunity to see more of him because he's really, I mean, the actor has just really kind of nailed that character, and he's so funny, and quite frankly, I don't see what Foster's complaining about. I think he's like kind of a nice guy, and he's like, you know, he's maybe a little happy-go-lucky and a little slow to the call, but other than that, he's fine, you know? It's how often do you get to meet someone that cheerful in this job? So yeah. But But you'll see. I think more of what we always do. I think we're so lucky to be one of the three shows that has the blessing of being more comedic than the others. I think we have this pocket of opportunity to let some air out of the bag with some laughs every once in a while. And Derek and the writers are so good at being able to find those moments, and I think it's also kind of great that it happens to be that we're in the middle hour, which gives you the opportunity to kind of get a break from all of the serious crap that's going on with Med and PD. So I think that's cooked into the DNA of our show, so there's no way that we won't have that this season and every season.
And there's also another new character in the mix.
Yes.
What's your take on him?
Well, first of all, I can tell you that Alberto himself is an incredible human being, and he's been nothing but fun to work with. And I'm so happy to have another Latino in the house, which is the best. Even though we don't really know if he is or isn't on the show yet. He's, as an actor, fits in so well. The last time we had somebody come into the show and just kind of meld that well was I think Miranda. I mean, Emily has kind of found her way in, but it's like a different road for that character. And we love Emily. Annie. We love Annie. She's like amazing, and it's so funny because you should see the three girls together. Are you interviewing the three girls together by any chance? Oh man, if you get that luxury, take advantage, because the three of them together, it's like insane. Like they're off in corners now doing God knows what, and all these little like conversations, and it's just so funny because they've become such a little sisterhood. But yeah, Blake, you guys are gonna love this kid. Quite frankly, I worry for Casey and Severide because there's definitely a new buck in town, and he is going to be taking on a lot of those calls, which I'm sure for Jesse and Taylor is a good thing because it's like I'll take a break from that back-breaking work. He's going to be great. He's going to be a great addition to the team, and I really love how they introduced him. I love the respect he had for Otis and just the job in general. And I think he's great. And also, I think you're going to see something develop between him and Ritter. Like that relationship is really starting to meld, and they get along really great in real life. And I think that end up maybe becoming the new Cruz, frankly. Like those two together, I think are going to be a lot of fun to watch.